Hello, this is just Enchanted. I'm just doing a little bit of an update. I've created a Tumblr because I wanted somewhere to put my still image renders because I wanted to collect them somewhere online where I could share them with people more easily. So I've created a Tumblr. I'm planning on creating an Instagram, but it turns out someone already did that with my email address, so I've requested that to be deleted so that when that happens, I can finally create my own actual account on Instagram and put my work there as well. So Instagram will hopefully be more of a gallery, but that will be later on because the actual thing won't be fully deleted until the middle of March. So I'm gonna have to wait till then to actually set up my actual Instagram. But for now, the Tumblr will do. And with the Tumblr, I can also kind of discuss little aspects of like the trouble aspects of like my journey and things and what I was learning and things like that. So this was my first Blender image, of course, when I posted on YouTube to show off kind of like making and rigging and posing a character and also like just generally the landscape, and it's a bit rough, but it was my first attempt to do it. It's kind of like it was drawn by a child, but that's because I was kind of like, well, I didn't really know what I was doing. The interesting with it thing is it's took me about a year to make pretty much because I was just kind of dipping in and messing around with it and having some trouble with workflow, and I kept having to restart it a few times in certain places. Like the landscape kept having to be redone, and it was just kind of a mess in general. But then I started going through CG Cookie tutorials, which are actually a lot more useful than the Blender tutorials because CG Cookie actually more tells you about the different tools you have and how to actually use them, and then kind of puts them all together. So with that, I ended up making this. That was like my first attempt at the low poly room from the CG Cookies basic modeling thing, which I did pass, but it wasn't that good a pass because, as you can see, there's a lot of wasted space. It wasn't properly blocked out at all. It was just randomly placed all over the place, and there was no real measurement of the space it was in. And so, of course, then I did some experiments with proper blocking and created this, which I named after the famous painting Nighthawks rather, which is like that famous painting of the diner at night. And I tried to go for a similar vibe for that one. So that was my first 3D thing that I was really proud of because it was the first one that actually looked pretty good. And now I've done a whole new one as well. And also this one and the latest one I've done, which is up here, the Triassic picnic that I created. Using reference images to find the right kind of plants for the Triassic periods. I wanted to use the raptor hands, and it's meant to be kind of like a giant chicken wing, just for like a bit of a visual gag. Even if it's slightly anachronistic, I don't think raptors and were really in the Triassic. I'm not sure if they were in the Triassic period or not. I didn't really look that part up because I just wanted to do the hand anyway because it was a good practice for topology and things like that for doing hands because they're really hard to do properly. And then the chicken wing is just kind of a Flintstone style gag where it's just like, oh, it's a chicken wing, but it's a prehistoric bird, so it's massive. That was the idea. And I was quite happy with how the plants turned out because it was mostly me experimenting with organic modelling and a little bit of the cloth and the picnic blanket because as you can see it's deforming where it lands on the plant, so I was quite happy with that. But of course, if you let it play out any longer, it starts to go a bit messy. But at the frame it was in the simulation, it looked pretty good, so I was quite happy with that. So that's what I've got so far. So any new renders I'll put on here, and hopefully, if I can set up an Instagram, I can put it on Instagram as well. Provided it allows me to make a new account with my existing email. I don't want to make up a whole new email address. That's so annoying. But that was just a bit of an update about my Blender stuff, just to kind of let you know what's happening with it. And I'm quite happy that I'm making so much progress. It feels like because I'm probably blocking things out and things like that, and trying to do some simpler kind of still images. It's given me time to kind of like experiment with modeling different things, and that'll help a lot when it comes to the actual animations that I'm hoping to make in the future because it's good practice for modeling a wide variety of different objects and using different techniques to make them work as well. So I just thought I'd bring that up and let you know what was going on there. Thank you for listening and goodbye.